What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, J. Willie Silly, man, a.k.a. Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, man, make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch, man. In the description down below, everything you need to know about your boy, Jay. It's in the description down below. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my second channel. Link in the description down below. And I feel like a lot of y'all are really waiting on my Madden 26 franchise, and I can't blame y'all, bro, but I'm telling y'all, bro, the way that I have my dynasty set up, I do the gameplay sliders, the XP sliders, stuff that y'all probably don't know. I make the game better. My dynasty is better. You can't run the same plays. So it's just like whatever how you want college football 26 to play, come in my dynasty, bro, and enjoy that. You know what I mean? And it's lit. 32 is full and everything. You know what I mean? So if you want to, test out your skills, if you feel like you good enough to hang with the big dogs, you know what I'm saying? Y'all come in and join, man. You feel me? Really come in and join. Hold on, bro. I got to do something. Hold on. Freak off my freaking. All right, there we go. But yeah, man, like I said, if y'all want to join the College Football 26 Dynasty, Discord link is in the description down below. League name in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm just ready to hop on tonight, man, and and I'm uploading the online dynasty episodes, bro. Episode 1 and episode 2 is already uploaded on the gaming channel, so hopefully y'all enjoy that. But we got why the Philadelphia Eagles will repeat as Super Bowl champs. Let me go and read this title again, because I think I can't believe that. I really just cannot believe that. So let me go and read this title again, right? I think I'm dreaming or something. Let me go see. Why the Philadelphia Eagles will repeat as Super Bowl champs. They will not repeat as Super Bowl champs. See, one thing about, the Smeagol's, Philadelphia, they don't know how to win. They don't know, how to take a win. Philadelphia, they're not known for winning. They're known for violence and cheesesteaks. You know what I mean? Philadelphia, they known for violence and cheesesteaks. They don't know how it feel to win for real up there. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. They don't know how it feel to win up there. They got the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nobody. They suck. What team is good out of Philadelphia? Make it make sense. You feel me? So that's why when they won a Super Bowl, y'all should have seen how they was acting after they won the Super Bowl. When I mean some freaking hellraisers, some jackasses, y'all should have seen it. No, boys, how you win a Super Bowl and you tearing up your own city? I never understood. I thought you win a Super Bowl, you go light up a cigar or something, you know what I'm saying? Go get something to eat. You feel me? Throw a little party or something. I thought y'all celebrate. But, bro, after these jackasses won the Super Bowl, they started tearing up their own city. Breaking store windows, tearing down traffic lights. I'm like, bro, these niggas are some hellraisers. Never again. Never again. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, the Smeagol's definitely ain't going to win. I ain't going to lie. They really only have 2 rings. The Smeagol's never been a dynasty. And the thing that separates the Smeagol's with us, and we catching up with the Smeagol's, I'm telling y'all, bro, catching up with them for sure. But the thing that the Smeagol's always had over us was a better quarterback. I'm not going to lie. And they lost very key pieces. C.J. Gardner. Without C.J. Gardner, bro, you seen how they look without C.J. Gardner-Johnson, bro. I ain't gonna lie. C.J. Gardner-Johnson Jr., bro, is a major piece of their defense. I don't give a damn who you drafted. We don't know if he's going to be like that. Y'all lost Darius Slay. You know what I'm saying? You lost Josh Sweat. You lost some key pieces. Just lost Graham. You lost some key pieces, bro, to your defense. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I don't feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, bro, are going to go back-to-back. Heck no. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. I feel like it's going to be like it's a major target on their back, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. They're definitely not going back-to-back. Honestly, for me, I feel like the Rams should have beat them. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like the Rams, dead for real, should have beat them. No cap. The Rams was this close to upsetting them, bro. So, they won this year. I'm not going to lie. I give the Smeagol's their props, bro. The Goofy Ops, bro, definitely was a good team last year. I'm not going to hate on them. They had a stacked defense. The defense was everything from the D-line to the linebackers, you know what I'm saying, to the DB core was A1 steak sauce. I'm going to go ahead and just say that for sure. But going back-to-back, I don't think so.
They didn't just win the Super Bowl. They annihilated a dynasty.
I warned you, didn't I?
And then, like I said, with this man right here,
I warned you, didn't I?
This man right here, I'm not gonna lie, I would never. I told you, as a football player, I don't care, because Smeagol's was so funny about y'all. What's funny about the ops is y'all was literally trashing this man. You know what I'm saying? But now since he's a part of your organization, now you love him. You know what I'm saying? But I would never respect this man as a football player. Honestly, took the easy way out. You remind me of KD. Took the easy way out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. And went to the Smeagol's. You could have went to any other team. You went to a division rival. I would never respect that. You went to a team that really, honestly, didn't need you. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you, bro. They didn't need you. You needed the Smeagol's more than they needed you, most definitely. Because, bro, they love trying to bring up Saquon. I'm like, I don't cherish this man at all. I'm not going to lie. Like, when he left, I swear I did not feel bad. I swear. When I seen that he went to the Smith, I'm like, bro, we're going to give you pain. We're gonna like, bust your head open. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, I didn't care about him leaving because he never did anything for us, bro. Like, out of his whole time here, bro only gave us one playoff appearance. And he got outplayed by Daniel Jones during that playoff appearance. Like, bro, let's think about it, bro. Like, you didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. You had a good postseason run here and that, but in the Super Bowl, bro, you didn't do nothing. Got clamped up. You know what I'm saying? When it truly mattered, he ain't going to show up, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. You literally got carried by the defense and by Jalen Hurts. He didn't do nothing. That boy cannot go nowhere. Literally.
I said, beware these dogs.
On February 9, 2025, the Philadelphia Eagles marched into the biggest game of the footballing calendar.
The field is knocked away. We the best in the world. That's it. One play at a time.
And humiliated Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. The final score said 40-22, but don't let that fool you. This wasn't a game. It was a demolition. And now the Birds are...
They lost him!
And they look even better.
No, they don't.
Eagles have won their 10th game
No, they don't.
in a row.
They lost Gardner Johnson, I'm telling you.
They're building a legacy, one that the rest of the NFC should be absolutely terrified.
And it's another thing, the Commanders, overrated. Commanders, bro, I'm telling you, one season wonder. I'm telling y'all. Overrated. Niggas suck, I'm telling you. It was a one season wonder team, I'm telling you. The Giants finna run the NFC East, I'm trying to tell y'all. We don't have Daniel Jones no more. He gone. Y'all gonna see what? First game of the Commanders, finna get beat on. I'm telling you, watch.
Philadelphia to the championship game.
Now, just 12 months ago, there were some pretty serious questions in Philadelphia. As we all remember, the team had crashed out of the playoffs in the first round in Tampa Bay after a
That's when they didn't have CJ Gardner Johnson, bro.
23 regular season, where they lost 5 of their last 6 games. Nick Sirianni was unquestionably on the hot seat, and there were real questions being asked about Jalen Hurts as both a passer and a leader. As a result, the 2024 offseason was make or break for the Eagles in so many ways, with GM Howie Roseman tasked with stopping the slide and turning this team into real contenders once more. And well, it's fair to say that he nailed that task, as we all saw. Starting with the defense, Philly had ranked third last in the entire NFL in scoring defense in 2023, having given up 30 plus points in 5 of their last 8 games. Unsurprisingly, their defensive coordinator Sean Desai was fired as a result, and the team turned to veteran Vic Fangio to fix this flagging unit. Despite a disappointing spell as Broncos head coach, there's no doubt that Fangio is amongst the best in the business as a DC, having held the position for 7 different NFL franchises dating back to 1995. Fangio was
Bro, some people just meant to be defensive coordinators. I don't know why coaches do that. Like, bro, just because you're a good defensive coordinator, don't mean you're going to be a good head coach. Like, bro, you could literally be like, to build your name as being one of the best defensive coordinators of all time. I don't know why. Like, just because you're a good defensive coordinator, a good offensive coordinator, bro, that don't mean, like, same thing for Ryan Grubb. Ryan Grubb left Washington and went to the Seahawks, bro, and it didn't really, the Seahawks wasn't, like, terrible, but they didn't have a good season at all last year. So Ryan Grubb came back to college, bro. Maybe your lane is college. Sometimes people just got to know where their lane. You know what I mean? These dudes be thinking, oh, yeah, I'm a good offensive coordinator. I'm a good defensive coordinator. I can become a head coach. Being a head coach, it has way more responsibilities, bro. You know what I'm saying? To be an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes maybe you just do good in college. You won't do good in the league, bro. This is how it is. You know, sometimes there's levels to it. You know what I mean?
former assistant coach of the year in 2018 while at the Chicago Bears, but as good of a coach as he is, he would need some new personnel to turn this unit around. On day one of free agency, the Eagles decided to add Saints linebacker Zach Bond on a one-year, $4 million deal, and now this wasn't necessarily the most eye-catching or flashy signing of free agency, but within weeks, it was clear that the Eagles and Fangio had their hands on one of the league's best
He's fine.
After
I'm gonna keep it real.
Spectacular
He's nice.
in New Orleans, Bond had
Keep it
the
G.
ultimate breakout season. And
They had to resign him. I was like, bro, y'all better resign. I ain't gonna lie. He played, bro. He definitely a top 3 linebacker in the league. I'm not gonna lie. Even though he a goofy out boy, I give respect what he's do, bro. That boy nice. That boy nice right there.
The team in
That boy nice. I like him for sure.
11 for loss.
I definitely add him to my team.
First team All-Pro alongside Fred Warner and Roquan Smith. Alongside Bond, though, at linebacker was Nakobe Dean, who had a breakout year of his own, recording 80 tackles with the 2 men forming a heartbeat of the defense. Unfortunately, though, the 24-year-old did suffer a torn patella tendon in the wildcard round of the playoffs, putting his status in jeopardy for the 2025 season. It was the secondary, though, that saw the biggest change on defense ahead of the 2024 campaign. You see, after a brutal 2023, the team opted to draft 2 cornerbacks with their first 2 selections, Quinyon Mitchell with pick 22 and Cooper DeJean with pick 40. Very quickly, Howie Roseman's faith in these 2 young men paid off as they both ranked amongst the top 10 corners in the league, according to PFF, and both made the all-rookie team at season's end. They also added CJ Gardner-Johnson, who returned
He is, I'm telling you,
love.
he is the X factor of that defense. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Trying to tell y'all. See, I know ball, bro. CJ Gardner-Johnson, bro. Without him, they look like a whole different team. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Him and Darius Slay, bro, they the X factors of that team. Watch how different they look this year. I'm telling you, watch. Cooper DeJean good, Quinyon Mitchell good, but him and Darius Slay Jr., I'm telling y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all.
After spending the 2023
2 X factors,
in
bro.
Detroit. And yes, while Gardner-Johnson is better known for his trash talk and off-field
boy
antics,
is
he
nice.
was vital on the field in 2024 with 6 interceptions and 12 passes defended, contributing to a major turnaround on defense. Like in the span of 12 months, that Eagles defense, which had ranked 3rd last in scoring, had been transformed into the league's 2nd best, only conceding 2 more points than the LA Chargers. Like through the addition of Fangio, Bond, DeJean, Mitchell, Gardner-Johnson, and several others, it was clear that this Eagles defense had become a completely different animal. And well, on offense, yeah, we know what they did. They added Saquon Barkley. As we all know, Saquon Barkley's 2024 season was one of the best we've ever seen from a running back, breaking the 2,000-yard barrier with a game to spare, averaging a ridiculous 125.
Get this nigga off my screen,
per game in the process. It really is possible too that the New York Giants will never live down their infamous decision to let Barkley.
Nobody cares, bro. We got 4 rings. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about this nigga. All that infamous, bro. Nobody cares. And I'm tired of people. I'm tired of y'all little following niggas, bro. Keep talking about this, bro. The man was injury prone. The man got injured every year. Who the freak finna pay an injury prone nigga? We offered this nigga a contract. He declined it. Nigga never wanted to stay with the Giants. Nigga already knew he was gonna do before he even did it. You gotta understand. Nigga knew he was finna go to Philadelphia. He knew he was finna go to the Smeagol's, bro, before anything. We literally offered this nigga a contract. He's gonna be the top 5 highest paid running back in the league. But you gotta understand this nigga history with the Giants. This man was injury prone. He was getting injured every year.
Walk as he spent the entirety of last season gliding through defenses for their hated rivals and deservedly earning Offensive Player of the Year as a result. And what's crazy too is that in a league where paying running backs seems to be going out of fashion, there was no doubt that the Eagles would break the bank to keep one of the very few game-changing backs in the league. As we all know, in March of this year, Barkley agreed to a 2-year extension worth $41.2 million, making him the highest paid running back in league history, which absolutely no one could begrudge him. Elsewhere on offense too, the big moves in the 2024 offseason were in extending the superstar receiving duo of Devonta Smith and AJ Brown, who combined for 1,912 yards and 15 touchdowns last year, despite missing 4 games each with injury. The team then also extended the contracts of offensive linemen Landon Dickerson and Jordan Mailata, who are both tied down in Philly through the 2028 season. As we all know, the Eagles offensive line is arguably the best in the league and is such an important part of how this offense functions, giving Barkley space to run and Jalen Hurts time to throw. Beyond Mailata and Dickerson, the team also has Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson on the books.
Bro, they got like freaking all pros. Their freaking O-line is like the best I've ever seen. I'm gonna keep it G, bro. Like, nigga got like a freaking gauntlet of O-line, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, we're going to break them. I'm not going to lie. This year, we're going to break them. Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, you know what I'm saying? Abdul Carter. We're definitely got to break them. You know what I'm saying? Break their spirits. Because I ain't going to lie, this year, we're going to be number one in the field. And we're going to be number one in your pretty little heart.
Unit together for several more years to come. And that's the thing too, during the 2024 season, this team kind of just went from strength to strength. After a rocky 2-2 start and a narrow 20-16 win over one of the league's worst teams in the Cleveland Browns, you were to go all the way to glory in 4 months' time. Nevertheless though, the team rattled off 12 wins in their last 13 regular season games, with that sole loss coming in a 36-33 defeat to Washington in week 16. It also is
he got his bust. Did we bust his head up?
Injured in that game.
We got his bust his head up.
It's truly easy to imagine that if Hurts had played that full game, that 3-point loss might have been different. As we all know, though, in the NFC Championship game, the Eagles got their revenge on the Commanders, absolutely hammering them.
Commanders is overrated,
and of course, 2 weeks later, it was the same story in the Super Bowl, with the Chiefs having been annihilated, falling to a 34-0 deficit in the third quarter, having turned the ball over themselves 3 times. As the green confetti fell in Mercedes-Benz Stadium that Sunday night in February, many people's thoughts were already turning to next season, with the rest of the league wondering how exactly to beat this team, which had lost just 1 game in the last 19 weeks. And well, that's the bad news for the other 31 teams that are just in the NFL, is because, well, the Eagles aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, it is.
They might have gotten better.
They're going somewhere.
This offense is almost unchanged going into 2025.
They're going somewhere.
Playmakers Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and of course Saquon Barkley all signed on to run it back this season. In fact, the only real loss to this offense in the offseason had been right guard Mekhi Becton, who departed to the Chargers in free agency, as the Eagles couldn't quite afford to pay everyone. But I mean, in all honesty, they have gotten pretty close, and as we said earlier, despite the loss of Becton, this is still right up there as the best offensive line in football. And in a fairly low-key free agency in Philly, they added 2 tackles in Kendall Lamb and Matt Pryor from the Dolphins and Bears respectively to add further depth to this impressive unit. Beyond these 2 though, the Eagles also traded for Texans guard Kenyon Green, as well as drafting 3 linemen in rounds 5 and 6 in Drew.
I ain't gonna lie, man, that nigga Howie, man, that nigga is a freaking genius. You know what I'm saying? It's all about outsmarting other GMs. It's really GM versus GM, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a bad GM, man, your team gonna be bad. Simple. That nigga don't know what he doing, man. Your team is finna be terrible. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm glad we got Joe. Because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro, we had terrible GMs for so long. Like, that's why I be trying to tell people. I want people like to understand. Like, we've never had a Jalen Hurts. Think about it, y'all. In Giants history, Eli Manning better than Jalen Hurts for sure. Not gonna lie, I'm putting Eli over Jalen Hurts. I don't give a damn. But other than that, other than Eli, bro, after Eli, bro, who else we had? So that's what I'm telling y'all, bro. 10 to 11 years, we had literally no quarterback. No top 10 quarterback, top 15 quarterback. You know how hard that's been? This is the first time that we actually got a legit quarterback in the past 11 years. Simple.
Miles Hinton, and Cameron Williams. If any of these 3 guys are half as good as previously 7th round draft pick Jordan Mailata, Howie Roseman will be delighted with yet another draft steal. Other additions on offense included 2 new tight ends in Harrison Bryant and Kylan Granson, who may stand to feature more in the longer term if Dallas Goedert does walk at the end of this year. Goddard did manage to renegotiate his deal for 2025, and he remains in Philly on a $10 million deal before becoming a free agent at this year's conclusion. Adding 2 tight ends might be a sign they're planning for early life without Goddard going forward. Truthfully, the only concern for this team on offense this year is the departure of offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, who has left to become the head coach of the New Orleans Saints and taken several members of the coaching staff with him to the Bayou. Moore is undoubtedly an impressive coaching mind, having presided over the #1 offense in football twice in 3 years, while the offensive coordinator in Dallas, but the Eagles should still be fine without him in 2025.
Nah.
Replacement Kevin Kevin Patullo has worked for the organization since Sirianni was appointed in 2021 and has held the title of pass game coordinator and associate head coach for the last 2 seasons. After Moore's departure, he was promoted to offensive coordinator and is well placed as anyone to keep this offense rolling, as no one knows what makes this offense tick quite like he does. On defense, the biggest move was tying down Zach Bond for another 3 years though. Following his stellar All-Pro campaign last time out, he wasn't anywhere near as cheap this offseason, but the Eagles really had to secure his services again, and they've managed to do just that at $51 million for 3 years. And of course, the Eagles didn't have a huge amount of salary cap to play with on defense, but they still did manage to make a few under-the-radar signings who might end up being this year's Zach Bond. One of those is Azeez Ojulari, a lineman.
He's trash. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Garbage. You know what I'm saying? We not worried about him. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody to replace him. He's straight, can't stay on the field, but mediocre.
Backer who spent the last 5 seasons as a New York Giant. Despite missing over 20 games with injury,
Tell y'all, injury prone, mediocre.
Spent the last 5 seasons as a New York Giant. Despite missing over 20 games with injury, he still managed to pick up 22 sacks over those 4 years, including 8 in his rookie year in 2021, which set a franchise rookie record. Ojulari might not quite haunt the Giants as much as the guy they let walk to the Eagles last offseason, but he seems like a solid option to this defense. As does former Patriot-in-Chief Joshua Uche, who had a career-best 11.5 sacks as recently as 2022. In a Vic Fangio system, it's possible that either of these guys could get back to their best in Eagles green. As for the draft though, the Eagles did use their first 5 picks on the defensive side of the ball. The first of those being used on
Jahad Campbell. I'm not going to, this boy right here, it's a dog. You know what I'm saying? They use him right. See, one thing about Jahad Campbell, he can play the box. He can play the edge. I was surprised that the Falcons didn't pick him up. I'm like, bro, I would have picked me way better than Jalen Walker. Way better. 10 times better. But, bro, I ain't gonna lie, he's real deadly on that edge. So there's one thing I'm gonna say about my boy. The Smeagol's know where to go to get dogs. They know where to go. Go to that Alabama, man. They know where to go.
First 5 picks on the defensive side of the ball.
I don't really think that, I mean, I got to see how y'all gonna use them. But I don't really think y'all needed them. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, unless y'all gonna do it. I got to see how y'all gonna play him. Are y'all gonna rush him off the edge? Are you gonna turn him to an edge rusher? Because he can be that for sure. He's a very versatile linebacker for sure. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see.
Most of those being used on Alabama linebacker Jahad Campbell. Campbell was named first team All-SEC last year, and as a result of his dominance at the collegiate level, many expected him to go in the middle of the first round. However, by the time the Eagles were on the clock at pick 31, Campbell was somehow still available, and Howie Roseman was all too happy to bring him to Philly. Campbell has exceptional speed for being a linebacker and has plenty of upside, having just turned 21 in February. Picking up a player as explosive and as exciting as Campbell at the end of the first round will no doubt have excited the Eagles faithful, adding more raw talent to an already stacked defense. Beyond Campbell, the Eagles drafted Andrew Makuba, a safety out of Texas who was also named All-SEC last year, recording 5 interceptions and 4 tackles for loss to help the Longhorns to the college football playoff semifinals. With CJ Gardner-Johnson departing,
they gotta replace him.
It's possible that Makuba could be
they gotta replace him.
A big role this year. Overall, though, I mean, even looking at this roster now, it's pretty clear to see that this roster doesn't have many holes on it, if anywhere, truthfully. Like, they have the best receiving duo in football, the best running back in football, and the best offensive line in football, and a quarterback who's proven himself to turn up in the biggest moments. And yes, Jalen Hurts has endured plenty of criticism in his time, but his performances in the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl should have silenced even the harshest of critics.
Jalen Hurts,
a man in a team that have proved that they will show up on the biggest stage, and that this team is now the team to beat.
They definitely a threat, bro.
While the Commanders had an extremely impressive campaign last year, they still lag significantly behind the Eagles in the NFC East, as was shown in the championship. It's
not gonna be the Commanders, it's gonna be them Giants, I'm telling you.
And well, as for the Cowboys and Giants, I just don't really think they even come close.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, my mans. Like honestly, gang, like I like niggas like you. Like, the whole world sleeping. Sleep on us, bro. Sleep on us. Sleep, bro. I promise you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I promise you, bro. The problem is gone. I promise you, gang. I promise you. The problem is gone. But I understand it, though. Going how we did last year, he gone, though. Having a quarterback that threw 8 TDs and 7 interceptions, bro. It's hard to win with that. It's hard to win with that. What team finna win with 8 TDs and 7 assists? We finished top 10 in passing defense last year, bro. We was a top defense last year. Before all our O-linemen got injured, bro, we was top 10 in that position too. Before Andrew Thomas and all our O-linemen went down. Man, that man DJ had it good. That man just suck. You know what I'm saying? He was holding us back, but I'm trying to tell you, bro. You know what I mean? A defense can only hold back a professional NFL team for so long. It's only so much a defense can do. When your offense can't even get to the field goal line, to the field goal range, what you gonna do with Daniel Jones? You know what I mean? Now you gotta prepare for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, bro, top 15 quarterback in the league, whether you like it or not. 100 times better than Daniel Jones. 100 times, bro. Now we finally got a quarterback that can move the ball down the field. What's that different is?
The Eagles team is at its very best. We
got a better safety duo than the Smeagol's, bro. We got a better D-line than the Smeagol's, bro. You know what I mean? Our defense, in my opinion, is better than the Smeagol's, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like their defense was above ours. We was top 5, bro, before in the beginning of the season, bro. Daniel Jones just can't throw the ball. That's the difference between the Smeagol's and the Giants. They just have a better offense, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we have a better defense. Their offense just help out their defense. Our offense doesn't help out our defense. Bro, our D-line is 10 times better than these niggas' defense, than their D-line. 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? Bro, come on. Javon Holland, Tyler Nubin, bro, come on, bro.
Genuine juggernaut, and they look borderline
Cordell Flott,
Oladipo, so much of the
Drew Phillips, man, bro.
Right now,
got a better defense
team to beat
bro.
in the NFL,
Tell him.
and the path to the Super Bowl goes through Philadelphia. So when Super Bowl 60 kicks off in Santa Clara next February, expect to see Nick Sirianni and his team coming out of the tunnel, aiming to reach the peak of the pro football world.
Yeah, you're a Smeagol's fan. I can already tell that. You know what I'm saying? Huge Smeagol's fan right here, but I'm not gonna ever act like the Smeagol's, you know what I'm saying, is not a threat. They're definitely a threat. But going back to back, I just don't see that happening personally. You know what I'm saying? That's just in my opinion, you know what I mean?